unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right. Lift up my eyes unto the hill. I will lift up my eyes unto the hills, from whence cometh my help. My help cometh from Yahweh, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. Yahweh is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. Yahweh shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. Yahweh shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in, from this time forth and even forevermore. Amen. We are the church. That church that was in the wilderness before the angel of Yah.
Shaking on my quote. Who wants to smoke? Who wants to smoke? Who wants to smoke?
temperature's going up, the heat is rising, scholars are showing up, audience vibing. We on a mission, competition is the only desire. Whose information will be facing the unmerciful fire? So what's up, stand up, can you walk through hell? So tough, too tough for the weak, soft shell. Set the fire, fan the flame, smoke is rising in plumes. While the inexperienced debater starts to choke on the fumes. Bring your science, bring your wisdom, even bring us your religion. If you cannot stand the heat, then please don't come in the Paul's kitchen. It's a session, learn a lesson, fight and overcome your fear. Who will be the best debates by the time all the smoke clears? Who wants to smoke? Who wants to smoke? Who wants to smoke? Who wants to smoke? Smoke session, smoke session, smoke session, smoke session, smoke smoke session, smoke session, smoke session. It's okay. Environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. It's okay. The toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. Sakuri described hieroglyphs on the scroll. Kimmy teacher, ancient truths in the soul. Napa the queen, her crown never bends. Wisdom in her voice, the cosmos ascends. Jabari the veteran, the bass sharp as blades. Dr. Reggie from the Bronx, history's cascade. Apostle Bible soldier, scriptures in his veins. Santana general, war cries like chain. You need tough skin.
Where the battle begins.
Source up your information. I'm a thin ass kid. Okay. The toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. The toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. Fire in his stare. Inky undefeated, a legend beyond compare. Moses 777, numbers align. Dance for me a prophet, stardust divine. I saw the fanboy with faith in his stride. Task got the Hebrews, the tide it'll ride. Each name a pillar, each voice a storm. In the temple of debate where truth is born. Strings cry out, violence wail. 808's thunder, breaking the veil. Human beatbox echoes through the fight. HOK warriors, their words ignite. Checking on my phone. Yeah. Who wants to smoke? Who wants to smoke? Who wants to smoke? Who wants to smoke? temperatures going up, the heat is rising, scholars are showing up, audience vibing. We on a mission, competition is the only desire. Whose information will be facing the immersive fire? So what's up, stand up, can you walk through hell? So tough, too tough for the weak, soft shell. Set the fire, fan the flame, smoke is rising in plumes. Why the inexperienced debater starts to choke on the fumes? Bring your science, bring your wisdom, even bring us your religion. If you cannot stand the heat, then please don't come into Paul's kitchen. It's a session, learn a lesson, fight and overcome your fear. Who will be the best debates by the time all the smoke clears? Who wants to smoke? Who wants to smoke? Who wants to smoke? Who wants to smoke? Smoke, session, smoke, session, smoke.
Oh, y'all know what time it is.
Smoke, 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 smoke.
Y'all know what time it is. I tell you, you know what time it is. Shout out to HOK. HOK. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Who wants to smoke? We got all of that going on. Sonetta Studios, shout out to my brother, Sonetta, my sister Nepal, and all the rest of the queens in the house. You know who you are. Yeah, we feeling good. Feeling good. I had to rest up. My voice, I kind of stuck my foot into some things, man, and test the waters out there on Frontier the other day. I should have been resting, but knowing how my voice did. But did something I didn't intend to do. But nevertheless, I have to apologize for ending that stream accidentally, not intentionally, okay? In spite of what others thought. I understand why they thought that. But it's all right. I'm here to tell you it was not intentional. I was on my phone and ended it prematurely. I take 100% responsibility for that. To my brother, Ashe, my apologies, sincere apologies. And I'm not even going to bring up the comments because rather they were appropriate or not, I understand the temperament and why you went to where you went. But a simple phone call would have sufficed. But that's all right. We here now. I was going to give us a couple more days of rest. My voice is getting better. It's not perfect, but it's getting better. So I'm going to calm down and I'm going to try to stay calm if I can. I will be dropping this late. So I'm not going on no diatribe, no long dialogue from me. I want to hear from y'all out there. Those that had already, you got your tickets in hand. You got your tickets. All you doing is just waiting for the event. You going live. That's a special bonus for you, man. I would love to be in the house with you. Understand that's not going to happen. I have to travel to DC this month coming up in July. It's my annual family reunion that we have every year, the end of the month. And every dime I got, I tell you, every dime I got, I'm collecting for that trip. Not looking forward to it, but then looking forward to it because I'm going to be around family. But nevertheless, it's a 12.5-hour trip. So y'all bid me farewell. You know, you give me safe travel. Throw your energy towards that way. You that know the power, pray that me and my wife have safe travel in that we're going among family. Okay. Brother Reggie was on yesterday, and at the end, I wasn't going to come in, but at the end, when he was getting ready to close out, Rakufu said something that just a light bulb went off in my head. Now, I'm going to share with you what was said, and I'm not talking behind the brother. It's nothing negative. It's what I expect coming from a commission, a Kemet guy. He made a comment for those of the Bible that believe in scripture. If you can't read it in its original language, put it down. That's what he said. Although it's been translated just about in every language around the world, and because English is the lingua franca of this time, we find that it's translated mostly in English. But if you can't read it in the original Hebrew, don't read it at all. Put it down. Now, Rakufu is a commission guy. They was talking about language, Coptic language, where it came from. Rather, the Coptic was before the Meta-Netia, which was first. And I couldn't help it because Rakufu professes himself. Let me clear this off the screen so y'all can see me. Where I gotta find it in order to take it off. I didn't realize I still had it up here. It moves around so much, but let me see where I'm at. Okay, where you at? I want to take you down off the screen. We'll come back and put you back up later. There we go. Yeah. Let's look at me in my revival sense. Okay? Yeah, take a glander of me in my revival sense. Because I'm coming back. Yes, I am. I'm coming back as strong as ever. So Rakufu, who's somewhat of a Pan-Africanist, big on African, commission, and I reversed that particular dialogue. Then he needs to put down, if that's the case, if a Christian, if a Hebrew can't read the Bible in its original language unless he can speak one of the 18,000 different dialects of the Bantu language. 18,000 different dialects of the Bantu language. Just the Bantu language. Not talking about the rest of the languages. Just pick one of them and speak it. Then stop talking about Africa. Because you're not doing yourself any favors. Now, you're the one that brought that up. Perhaps me and you can hash it out. Even today, that's what I suggested to you as Reggie was ending the broadcast. You know, we're going to have many times we can relook at it. But this is what you said. Stop talking about Kemet, because you can't speak the meta-neuter or nectar-neuter, whatever, excuse me, for botching that up. No harm intended. You know? If you can't speak these languages, then you shouldn't have any opinions on it, Rakufu. Listen, House, Coliseum, HOK, non-believers, believers, whatever you're into, this is from my heart. As a believer in the Most High God and his son, Yahushua, the Hamashiach, my salvation, if I'm professing to be a Hebrew Israelite, a believer in the Most High God, number one, he has to be real to me. And if he's real to me, then he also has to be literal. I stand on it with all of my power, my might, my understanding. I shiver not. Like that tree planted by the river, I'm standing on that my God is not only literal, he's real. Therefore, based on what I understand about Egyptology, and since you don't use that, Kemet, for what, if they had to believe that Asa was real and therefore literal. They had to believe that. And that's what Rakufu did for me yesterday. If not for Rakufu lighting this fire up in me, I would not have came to this conclusion. Because I don't think those back in Kemet were any different than me today. I believe they believed firmly on that way of life that they were taught. They lived by it and they died by it. Therefore, even in their grave, they created an avenue that even the dead can pursue life in the afterlife. That's how much they believed in it. That when you're dead, it's not all done. You still yet got a chance. If your heart is as light as that feather, you can rise and go among the stars of Orion. The Great Pyramid, straight from the king's chamber, has a block out, a hole that its spirit can rise straight, direct to the star system of Orion. The coffin that he's in, because he recognized that this trip is not a physical trip, but it's a spiritual trip. Therefore, that sarcophagus, do you know what that is? In the metanoia, it's a flesh eater, because the flesh is being consumed and the spirit man is rising. In our understanding that death only leads to life. And you know what else? That's what the Bible teaches. For those that remnant that have given their lives, that resist sin in the flesh, that in the spirit we might join forces and be among that 144,000. I don't know who this is, but I'm not answering it. Call back later. They're going to be rising among that 144,000. They're not living this life just to die. But the Bible says that they're going to pass from death to life. From life to death, death to life. Now that's what I believe. For those that want to know, the Most High, he is real, and therefore he is literal. Even though the Most High never walked in this plane, his son did. He came, he lived, he died, he was buried, and 3 days later, he rose. And 40 days, he walked this earth, teaching and preaching, and ascended up on high. What say you? Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to talk about it. Yes, indeed. Just hold on for a sec. I'll get you.
Fire, ignite the scroll. From pyramids to pavement, they feel the soul. Elder apostles dropping jewels, rare and colossal. The HOK, we get hostile over gospel. Religion in your ears, science in your nostril. House of consciousness, ain't no room for the docile. Toughest debate forum, earth can't deny. Iron sharpens iron till the sparks start to fly. I never said so. Get your skin thick or your career folder. I never said so. Weak arguments crumble, they ain't bold enough. Michael Guillotine sliced the lies from the clean crowd, electrified, charged like a light machine. Hieroglyphs in my veins, ancestors in my spleen. Building blocks of truth, DNA of a king. The HOK ain't for the timid or the frail. Weigh your knowledge on the scale, or get derailed. Sharpen swords in the foreign minds prevail, or drown in the current when the truth sets sail.
Side letter set stars up, stars up. Get your skin thick or your career fold up. Side letter set stars up, stars up.
Weak arguments crumble, they ain't bold enough.
Side letter set stars up, stars up. Get your skin thick or your career fold up. Side letter set stars up, stars up.
Weak arguments crumble, they ain't bold enough. Iron tongue, every word a blade. Cut through illusions, truth displayed. No retreat, no surrender, we crusade. House of consciousness where legends are made.
Side letter set stars up, stars up.
Get your skin thick or your career fold up.
Side letter set stars up, stars up.
Weak arguments crumble, they ain't bold enough.
All right. The floodgates are open. What say you? Anybody have any comments? False or true? Step up. What say you? Let's hear from you. Open gates. Open up the flood house. Let the truth reign true. All right. Anybody out there want to talk about it? Let's go. We got the debate coming up, y'all. I know y'all want to talk about it. Come on. Let's get this action going, man. Who you like? Is it Jabari? Is it Brother Reggie? Come on. Let's get it. Ain't nobody out there want to talk about it, huh? The screen, Crystal, translate from Greek. Christ has risen. Okay, apostle. Okay, whatever. Got a lot of comments in the chat, but no one is stepping up. Nobody. Well, come on. Let me hear it. I know somebody got something to say about it. Rakufu, here's your time. Join the platform. Yep. I got for me a few more minutes. Y'all don't want to come up in here? I don't have to be here, man. You know, I'm here for you. Let's build it up. Let's do our part. This is like FUBU, man. For us and by us. You can't get no better than this. Our own dialogue stand channel, you know, where we get to express and share and say what we want to say. You want to know who I got, Patterson? Come on up here and dialogue with me, and I'll tell you who I got. Now, this is not a teachable moment for me, all right? I want to hear what you got to say. Let's dialogue together. Iron sharpening iron. I'll be back Wednesday with Elder Yado, Black Sage. All right, that'll be Wednesday at 3 o'clock. Yahweh and I is going to go on a one-on-one dialogue. where he's going to have the program, the floor, to express his opinions, share his likes and everything. Yeah. Yeah. What's up, brother? What you got, man?
Hold up, my bad.
Your mic on?
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up with you?
I gotta turn this off. Is it off? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay.
What is that?
This little Bluetooth speaker.
A what?
A Bluetooth speaker.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I can hear you much better. But yeah, bro, when you want, we be wanting to hear you teach. So I mean,
Yeah, I can't hear you, man. You're low.
I'm gonna come back.
Okay. Do that. All right, we got one that came up. He has to check his equipment, and he said he's coming back. But what say you? I want to know what you got to say today, man. What's on your mind? Brother Reggie? Okay. Okay, Reggie, where you at? There you go, Reg.
Apostle, how you doing? So we
I'm
have
good,
a
man. I'm good. Glad to have you.
I have me and Pastor, we have a truce. But
I can't hear you, Reggie.
okay,
Okay,
can you hear me?
now. Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me? Okay, so we have a truce, Apostle.
Okay.
In the Israelites, the Hebrew Israelites, the Black Israelites, we have a truce right now. So the truce is getting to the truth. So Mr. Osaze has seemingly. You don't hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you good.
So Mr. Osaze has been called. Let me. Okay, I'm so
You
sorry.
sound good, Reggie.
Okay, so Mr. Osaze, my opponent, without all of his titles, because I'm gonna strip his titles down, the professor and the Himnechatepi, he has been called the Mayweather. He has been called the Mayweather, and he has been making a lot of fame and a lot of money beating up on Muslims, Christians, Israelites, Black Israelites, the camps, right? Particularly the Christians. Okay, and he's been running a gimmick,
Okay.
and I found out what the gimmick is. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to deal with definition of terms. So there are some definitions of terms like forces and energy, like real and actual, and like literal. So I can't tell you what I'm going to do with the literal, but the real and not actual part, because he says the letters are real, they're not literal, they're not actual, they are forces and energies, and how forces and energies work in the universe. Well,
Okay.
that's what he says. So when someone says to you, who was supposed to be, for example, a Hebrew Israelite teacher or priest, my what I'm teaching is real and not actual. What do you say about that? Would you say that what you teach is real but not actual?
No, sir. I would not say that at all. Once, let's get, go ahead. But no,
So
I would not.
so then what are we dealing with? We're dealing with incoherent sentence. So that cancels itself out because it's very vague. The netters are real, but they're not actual. Then he says that there are forces and energy, right? And how they work in the universe. Well, you would look at that as pagan. You would think that the person who said that is talking about a Stone Age people who worship the wind, who worship the storms, worship the
Okay.
rain, right? You
Yeah,
would
go ahead.
say, you would say, I would think that you would say, and it would be correct if you said, what is he talking about? We're talking about forces and energy. What forces and energy? So
Yeah.
what forces and energy in their text? So he's bringing us back to the Stone Age. But what he's been doing is he's been running the game on y'all, right? And not that how can I say I have an affinity, but at least we can have conversations about what we agree and disagree with. But this guy has been running a three-card Molly on you. What you think about that?
Hey, like I say, a light bulb went off in my head as soon as Rakufu said what he said, because I can only speak for me.
Yeah,
And the God I serve, not only is he real, but he's literal. And I can't
absolutely.
imagine anybody, especially during the days of Kemet back then, thought any different. So now, if they did, I could be wrong because I don't know that much about Kemet. But I know Paul, I know Peter,
Yeah.
Andrew, and all the rest of them. They served the real God that was real and literal. And that's the way they introduced him to me. So that's what I believe. That not only is he real, he's literal.
He's actual. Your
Act,
God is actual, right?
actual. Yeah.
And in the Bible, when in your book, when 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 Moses came, uh, and Moses fought against the Pharaoh, he fought against the Pharaoh's gods, right?
Yeah.
Right. And in your book, the Pharaoh's gods was defeated, correct?
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Right. So so but Jabari doesn't believe in the stuff that he's teaching. And I've
Yeah.
been saying that for 7 years. So for 7 years, he's not he doesn't I've figured out that he doesn't believe in he doesn't think that the belief of those ancients was real and actual. Now I'll tell you, um, what I have knowledge of facts is my mother and father and my grandparents and my great grandparents. I have facts that they created me, and everything else is I don't know. I can only believe something, but I don't know. So somebody in the chat says Reggie repeating same stuff every day. That's Ebrock. No, I'm not repeating the same things every day. Like you don't know, you don't know my work, right? Most of the time that I do a show, it's on new stuff. But I was talking to Apostle yesterday, and I asked him the question about real and actual, and he sat back and he thought about it, and he's saying, why would a in his Kemetic priest say that the netures are real and then say not actual? So listen, Jabari is a very good wordsmith. He talks well, but this is a debate on ideas. So we're going to put it on the table. So my ideas are already written, right? They're just not performed, but they're already written. But you're talking about somebody who uh, learned directly from Dr. Joseph Benjo Cannon and Dr. Clark and Dr. Jeffries and Malana Karenga and Dr. Carruthers and Dr. Ricchetti. He didn't learn from those people directly. He can tell you all that, but we can go to video. He wasn't there. He wasn't there. He might be in the audience, but for the most part, he wasn't there. He didn't have no conversations because for many of them, I was an aide to them. I never seen him. But so, what are your other thoughts, Apostle, on this real and not actual?
Well, I got something I want to read, but I want to hear from Chief first. What's that? Def Chef?
What's cracking?
Yeah. How do you pronounce your name, brother? I don't want to mess it up.
Def Chef?
Def Chef. Okay.
Yep, Def Chef. Yep.
Yeah, you got the floor, man. Go ahead.
Man, Reggie, you're cutting. But obviously, I'm not really qualified to give you any pushback on anything. I did want to ask, what's the difference between real and actual? And you pretty much already answered that. So this is going to be interesting because I want to see him. How is something real but not actual?
That's the point.
But you know he could dance though. Jabari could dance, bro.
Yeah. Listen to this.
So you ready to play the long game with him like that? Because you know he gonna have an answer for everything.
Oh, the other.
That's what I mean by dancing.
Yeah.
So the other thing.
It don't matter the beat. He gonna have a dance for it.
Oh yeah, but the problem is that I have other people where he can't dance. He knows, right? Because they're not really returning his calls. Because he's saying what he says to the elders is that for my class, I want to get your point. He's not telling them that he's debating me. When they find out that he's debating me, then they either tell him don't use anything that they've given him, right? Because you're debating Brother Reggie. So this dude says that my opponent says that I'm a bag carrier. How would he know? He wasn't there. How would he know? He wasn't there. I could show you me in 85 and 86. He wasn't there. I could show you at Dr. John Henry Clark's funeral. He might have been in the bleachers. At Dr. Joseph Benjo Cannon's funeral, he had nothing to do with that. Nothing at all. Nothing. Right? I was his pallbearer. Right? I helped arrange the tribute to Dr. Ben on his funeral. Right? I worked with Professor Small on the ceremony. We let Baba Heru Samaj, the elder, the ancestor, we let him speak during the community night. That was a community night. The funeral, that's the special, right? But Baba Heru Samaj Sepata, Jabari's elder, he spoke. Jabari didn't speak. So when you go on and say that I was a bag carrier, yeah, I have no problem being a bag carrier, but I wasn't only that. I attended the classes. I was their aide, right? I read to Dr. John Henry Clark when he could not see. I was his aide. My opponent wasn't. But when it comes to Kemet, Jabari was bequeathed his high priest status by Baba Heru Samaj. He's second generation priest appointed by one person. It's not no long lineage. It don't go back to Kemet. It don't go back to Kemet. His leadership does not go back to Kemet. You got one person, Baba Heru Samaj Sepata, and it doesn't go back, and it doesn't go back further than that. He's not with Malana Karenga, Jacob Carruthers, Dr. Ricchetti. even Baba Banachi, Infadishi. He's not there with Infadishi, right? So Infadishi is the highest. He's one of two or three highest Kemetic priests. Infadishi Yehudimas. You don't see Infadishi with him. If you see him, he's student. He's student. When Infadishi speaks, that's it. Infadishi is the highest. He reads the Meta Netter. He writes the Meta Netter. He reads the text, right? And Infadishi normally doesn't deal with people who can't, he'll give an interview, but he doesn't deal seriously with somebody who can't read the Meta Netter. That's a fact, right? Now me, well, we talk about the Meta Netter. That's the only thing that we really talk about. That's a fact. So when you say that, when someone says that, I repeat the same thing, I do what other people who believe in their systems do. I read the words of the text. I read it to you, but I'm wasting my time with many of you because you people want to be cult people. But if I ask Apostle for a text, Apostle gonna go into his Bible. He's gonna read the text, right? What you're gonna get with Jabariism is his own. He's the high priest. He's not gonna read directly the text. He's gonna show you some two-step ritual, opening of the way, fancy words like ascension, initiate. But he ain't gonna show you where it is in the text. We don't know much about ancient Egyptian initiation. So how can we talk about it? Like if I ask Apostle about baptism, which you have to be baptized, right? Or you have to, in the Christian version, but in the Torah version, you have commandments. You have to follow those. You have a community that judges you as well as a God. This guy, everything just comes out of his mouth. He got nothing in writing. Apostle, he got nothing in writing. He's a scholar though, but he's got nothing in writing about Kemet. Nothing. But
how many days we got?
Say what?
How many days we got? Wednesday's the first.
We got about I don't know, 10. We
about
got about
10 days, 11
days. Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting close.
Right. So I'm just coming on your show because you realize something and you're really candid in your agreements and disagreements. And when you heard the netters are real, but they're not actual, I don't think that made sense to you.
No. John, this epistle here, John 1. That which was from the beginning, which we have heard, which we have seen with our eyes, which we have looked upon, and our hands have handled of the word of life. They're talking about something that they seen, something that they heard, something that they touched. And they're saying, this is what we're giving to you. We're giving to you that which we seen, that which we heard, that which we touched. That's coming first-handed from John. He's telling us, I'm not making this up. I seen this. I heard this. I even laid my hands on it. That's what I'm giving you. So number one, if I believe him, then that has to be real. It has to be actual. It has to be literal. No ups and downs about it.
So, Apostle, with that, you could beat the him Nechatepi every day of the week, because now you got him saying that what he believes is real but not actual. And so you could challenge him on the real and actual, and you can beat him half to death,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You could beat him half to death. So he's not the person that people think he is, because he has a very vague, incoherent, and he's the high priest. Why would a high priest say that? It's real and not actual, right? So, Apostle, you and like if you was up on one on team debates or directly with with my opponent, you would beat him half to death, because he can't get out of it saying it's not real and actual. You beat him half to death. You be the champ.
Mhm. Yeah, I agree. Well, in action, but you know how it goes is people are voting, and people don't always see things the way they should be seen. Some people, they can see it and still argue with you, just for arguing's sake, just to disagree with you. So yeah, it's I'm excited about it. I can't wait now to see it, because I do see it in a different light. Thanks to Rakufu, my brother.
Yeah. So no,
You
it's
know,
yeah, I'm glad, at least, because okay, I'm doing the literal part, but there's two other parts that need to be that you can get them with the real and actual. We talked about that, and the forces and energy. That don't make no sense. We believe in the forces and energy and how they work in the universe. The forces and energy. I'm gonna do part of that. You believe in a force and energy? No, you believe in your God, right? And you believe in this in the son of that God, right?
yeah,
And you believe in the people that worship. He believed in forces and energy. Like y'all might not like me like E Brock. Y'all might not like me, but the fact of the matter is you can't get if any Hebrew Israelite, apostle, or and they all don't like each other, Captain Chazariak, Yara, they would beat him half to death. They would laugh him out the community with forces and energy. You believe in forces and energy and you don't believe in a God, and you a high priest? A high priest of what? A high priest of electromagnetism, strong force, weak force. That's what you're a priest of.
yeah.
They be like
Electromagnetism, yeah,
yeah,
opposed to
you
gravity.
goofy.
Yeah,
That's what you believe in. So I'm letting it. So people say, oh, some say, oh, brother Reggie, you're a traitor. You go and you go help the adversary to spite Kemet. No, if I find somebody that's in Kemet that that teaches Kemet stuff that is fugazi, I always go after them. What's new? I disagree with SETI, right? There's a lot of these scholars that just be talking and using Kemet. I disagree. So they call me a traitor, they call me a Judas, but I was never with them.
hmm.
So Apostle, you got work to do. You got work to do, because you're on these boards and you be listening and talking, and somebody is trying to take your God from you by saying that your God is not literal, saying that his God is better in his forces and energy. Yo, Hebrews, I'm giving you a kite. You Christians, you're dealing with a man whose God is forces and energy. Oh no, it's not even his God. He don't believe he's a soft atheist. Y'all, y'all say a lot about Uncle Cack, but Uncle tell you he a real black atheist. This dude is a soft atheist. He don't believe. He say he believe in a creator, but creator is energy and forces. Am I wrong, Apostle?
No, I'm hearing you, man. I'm listening. You're right on.
But see what his mistake was to get upset with me because he got upset and then to attack Kemet, right?
Hmm.
So when Iki asked him, Minister, first it was Rob Bourne. Rob Bourne about 6 years ago sat down with Jabari on literal and figurative. And Rob Bourne did actually a good job. Then it was Minister Inky, right? Minister Inky, no, before Minister Inky was Tahuti. Tahuti was like reading the text to him and saying, "You don't believe that these are God, deities?" And he was like, "Nah." And I was like, "Interesting." Then it was, wow, 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 wow. Then it was after Tahuti, uh, then it was Inky. Minister Inky's problem was the wiretapper him Netcher taped something and said that they agreed on Jesus Christ. But Inky never agreed on Jesus Christ in public. So when the people bought tickets, they never thought that Inky was talking about Jesus Christ. They thought he was talking about Christ and doing what Inky does. Inky hit his hand,
Right.
but he did a lot of good work.
Right.
He exposed Jabari, I mean my opponent, because I don't call him, I just call him my opponent these days. So now, what are your thoughts, Apostle, on this guy that they call him Mayweather and all of the stuff that he's done against he's done with what you believe? What do you think about
Yeah.
it now?
I feel like at this point in time, I need to offer an invitation for a Jabari, if he's free, to come on up here and defend his word, defend the words. I think that would be the proper thing to do, is at least extend an invitation to Jabari. I know he's probably busy. He might be working or in school teaching. From what I understand, Jabari does a lot. So I'm not going to come hard down on him saying that he's avoiding it, because I don't think he is. But one thing's for sure, debate is going to happen.
Oh yeah, it's
And
gonna.
however way this thing goes, it's going to be two people in the ring, and only one can be the victor.
Well, sometimes it takes some people have a cult mentality and a fan mentality, and so it take them a while, but it will there will be a block that's broken. Peace Ashe, Ashe's on the channel, and my
Yes.
brother One Dog
I
is on.
say, come on.
Yeah.
Again, I extended an apology to you earlier. I'd like to do one personally, if you can come on air. And I can extend my apology personally to you. But go
Well,
ahead.
so somebody said that I bang on the Bible as much as Jabari, but Jabari is better. Well, yeah, I bang on the Bible writers, I bang on the church fathers, I bang on all of that, but I'm always conscious that my family above me, every single one of them was a Christian. So I say what my research says, and I argue against personalities, right? Pushing things that I say, well, intellectually, you can't, you got to fix it, right? Uh, but but I do it, I do it differently. I'm not mad, but I think that I think my opponent is doing it wrong, and I think that now he's attacking Kemet. I'm not attacking Kemet. He's attacking Kemet. He's saying that those people did not believe in those divine agents, those gods, those deities. He's saying that, not Reggie. Why Reggie the bad person? Oh, my brother Ashe is on. Oh,
Yeah.
you got heavyweights now.
Ashe.
Peace, peace.
Yeah. Did you get my message, man, too early when I started the show?
No, I didn't get to see it, brother. Man, I just tapped in.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'd like to extend my apology to you. That was not intentional. I was on my telephone when and I very seldom use my telephone. I did not mean to end your broadcast. That was totally accident. As in fact, it's happened 2 other times before, not intentional, with Sonetta and Nepal. But I did hear you, and I recognize you didn't know that it was non-intentional. And given the way I left, I conceded that your words, I didn't take them offensive with an offense because I understood where they were coming from. So once again, I apologize to you. It happened because I was on my phone, and I'm working with that.
So I
hope you accept my apology.
No, yeah, it's cool, brother. I accept your apology, brother. It's everything's all right.
Ashe, you saying that the debate is losing its prowess? What do you mean by that?
I feel like at this moment, in the way it's been going, I feel like when we was operating the way we was operating, we was getting to some information and we was bringing information out. You know what I mean? I don't want the people to feel like you want to hate campaign. You know what I mean? I want the people and I want the debate to also stay in the realms of information, because that's why we are here at the HOK. You know what I mean? So, respectively, I don't think that my brother Apostle know too much about the Neteru. About the topic that be. You know what I mean? So outside of just personal things, I don't think he has anything for Jabari's scholarship for the debate itself, other than maybe a personal feeling or opinion. But information, that's what I mean when I say I think it's losing its informational powers. These lives have not been that informational. I know you got the information. We all know you got the information. And we would love to see you beat the brother up on the informational level. I was having a conversation with my brother Cam Netcher. We was talking about the same thing. Like, we know you got the info, man. And I think that on the info, you got him beat all day. I don't think that the tour is serving too good, man. That's just my personal opinion to the elder.
Well, good brother, I'm gonna say this. Some of it, when I look at his statement, the natures are real, but they're not literal and not actual. And we're talking about how forces and energy work in the universe. So how I got on apostles is that I asked Apostle about his thoughts on the real and not actual. And on your shows, which are different, we actually do things like with the meta nature, right? And we verify it. There's King J on there. Shout out to King J. But there's a big doctrinal issue that I'm talking about, is how could you be a high priest and say that what the people believe was real and not actual? So I
stand with you on that. Yeah,
I do think there's information, and then on the other side, that we are talking about forces and energy and how they work, and we've given them a name, how they work in the universe. That's Stone Age stuff. So this guy is a professor. So I'm just making a point, Ashe, that there's a lot of informational points that we can deal philosophically, philology wise, right? Simple grammar and construction of sentences. There's a lot of information. So if Apostle was the one who said that something don't sound right with that, like, so he's realizing that all of this time, this dude that's been beating up on his God is a godless individual.
Unfortunately.
Now, let me say this, Reggie. Let me say this, man. Yesterday, I don't know if you was watching Reggie's show last night, but right before Reggie ended his show, Rakufu made a statement that if you don't know how to read the Bible in its original language, then you shouldn't be reading it. Basically. And so a light bulb went off in my head, because Ra, I know he's Kemet, but he's also Pan-African. He's pro-African. So I asked him to share with me one of the many different dialects or languages that are shared on the continent of Africa. And if you knowing that Bantu got 1,800 dialects just in that one language. I mean, just speak one. If I have to give up my Bible as a Christian or Hebrew because I don't speak the language, then how can you talk to me about Kemet or Africa and you don't speak none of the languages? But what that did separately, I wasn't thinking on this before. On the debate, that also caused that light to go off in my head. I believe in my God. Not only was he literal, not only is he actual, he's real. And can't nobody convince me any different. Not only do I believe he's real, those behind me believe he's real.
Yeah, I stick with that.
When I was a Christian and I was in church and coming up from a deacon, from a minister, to evangelist, to pastor, as I moved, and the many people that I preached to, they believe their God is real. Literally, actually, that he's real. So that's when I said to myself, I stepped back and had to take another look, because I was dead for Jabari. And Reggie knew me and Reggie wasn't the best of friends. You know, we agreed to put that our personal stuff aside for right now. But I was pro Jabari. Now, I'm not saying nothing right now, although I probably done said it. But I don't understand how you can believe something to be real, but not literal. I don't understand that now.
Or actual.
Or actual. There's no way, I don't know that much about Kemet, but I can't believe that the way these people did this afterlife, the weighing of the feather, the opening of the mouth, the Great Pyramid having from the King's Chamber or opening that point direct to the Orions, where that spirit's supposed to go to, He's in a sarcophagus that is called a flesh eater. That's going to assist his spiritual journey by dissolving his flesh. I mean, that's what a sarcophagus is, a flesh eater. I know that much. So you can't tell me that these people didn't believe that Asa ain't real, that Horus Heru ain't real. Now, they bet their lives on that. They lived their lives in a constitution idea of that, of the 42 laws of Ma'at. And then, when they were buried, their favorite pet was buried with them. Their slaves were buried with them. They didn't take this thing as a joke. Everything that king needed in life, he got it in death. Witchcomb had a club foot because of all the incest. The young king, his foot was turned sideways, and he has like a couple of bones missing. And then there was something wrong with his ankle. I mean, with his knee. He had over 12,000 canes, different canes, in his chamber, made out of different types of wood and gold, and because he walked with a cane. And they figured he gonna need that in the afterlife. So they buried it with him. Maybe somebody got some pushback, but that made me change my opinion. It ain't personal. My opinion is not the way it's changed. It ain't got nothing to do with my personal feelings to Reggie or to Jabari. It's just got to do with the thought process.
He could still think that he could still think that my opponent will win, even though I made that point. So his decision is personal. But what I wanted to inform the community and let him know that he was right to say that examining the real and not actual part is something that other people can debate him on. And the forces and energy part, people like Ashay, Harwin, King J will do worse than I could do on that subject. So there's three parts. There's the literal part, there's the forces and energy part, and then there's the real and not actual part. So he made that statement, that vague statement, right, with no explanation, and he got to be responsible because he's the high priest. So I moved the conversation. I've always moved the conversation in this community, coming on trial and et cetera, right? So part of it, you're right, Ashay, some of it may not be informational because I can't give too much information about what I'm going to talk about. But what I can do is move the conversation, and the conversation gets the community to talk.
King J, you next.
I see that. I see where you're going with that. Because it's hard to take a firm understanding on it was the same thing like when the pseudo killer Juju said she was an atheist Muslim, right?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense, man.
It was so I get exactly what you said, and I gave her heavy pushback on that. But then you do have a group of what I would consider crazy people, disingenuous people, who will then say, but you can be what was the word that they was using, man? A cultural Muslim was the word I believe was being utilized. A cultural Hebrew, where you just follow the tradition, but you really don't believe in God, things of that nature. They say they said that's a such thing. I said that's New Age stuff. There's New Age. That's not no true practice. Show me in a primary a cultural Hebrew, a cultural Muslim in the primary, or that just something that people started to do when they wanted to gain acceptance in communities that they didn't belong to. So I get exactly what you're saying.
Right, and then you push it in this community, and so you have lots of dialogues with Christians and Muslims and Israelites and scholars, young scholars who just deal with the information. And then you come and you try to say something that you could be a cultural Muslim. And I've been to Africa. Everything could be all good just a week ago. But the minute that the people, the imams and all those people say what? And depending on where you are, then you find out that culture is really not yours, right? So I listened to that. I'm already in some disagreements with some of them, right? So some of them I don't even speak to. So I wasn't in that involvement because I choose not to speak to them no more, right? No more. I have no more. I've been nice, polite. I've been accommodating, but I wanted to come in there and say that is what they call malakun. That's hypocrite, right? So we moved the conversations along. So I'm saying to you, Ashay, you definitely got him in King J. You definitely got him on the forces and energy. I'm gonna start it, right? And Apostle and his comrades, his group, they got him on the real and not actual, right? I'm just gonna deal with the literal part. I love that.
King J, go ahead, man.
Yeah, I agree with what Brother Reggie said. I agree with the conversations everybody's been saying. Peace to the panel. Um, I don't know. It's 11 days to the debate, and I mean, it just seems as if Reggie's the only one who's really advertising for the debate. So it seems like it's kind of one sided. So you know, what I mean, I don't know how do you think we should continue talking about it, or maybe lay off of it for a while and you know come up, talk about something else and give it some air? What you think?
Can I speak to that before you answer that? Because that is like the direction I was going, and I think you got the advantage on him with that because he's not here. And I was telling Cam Netter that I was like, Reggie's right when he says he's not our peer. He's not kicking it with us. He's not going through the text with us. He's not educating us. So because that absence, I feel like you got the opportunity to really educate the people firmly on this topic because he's lazy, or he feel like he's too good, or maybe he's too busy. Let me not say all those other things, but he's not promoting this debate to its fullest capacity the way that you are.
No, matter of fact, he's not. You got to understand, he's a high priest. He's above you guys. He doesn't interact. He doesn't come on none of your shows. He's too elite. He don't come on none of your shows. He only comes when Sinetta calls him or when he thinks that he can get publicity out. But he doesn't come on any of our shows. He don't have any discussions. I've never seen him on your show, right? He never came on Smash Rockwell's show, right? He doesn't come on any of the shows unless Sinetta calls him. So yeah, I'm promoting the debate. What else should I do? I'm promoting the debate more than Sinetta, more than my opponent. My opponent is not promoting the debate, right? Because he doesn't want to say anything else stupid that is going to give me more ammunition. So he's in Las Vegas now, right? He's in Las Vegas. That's where they are right now. They're in Las Vegas. I'm spending time with you. I'm on one of my opponent's show, right? Mm-hmm. Because we could break bread. We can have a common, common thinking on something that is wrong. So what do you want me to do? I have the space to do shows. I'm gonna bring on Morpheus today, I think, and he's gonna do what he talks about. And I'm gonna talk to Baba Bonacci. Baba Bonacci is Jabari's teacher in the Meta Nature.
What do you think? What do you think about Tanetta, Reggie?
Who's Tanetta?
No, Tanetta. Nemiba Netta.
Wait, were you talking about the land Tanetta?
Yeah, the land Tanetta.
Yeah, it makes my point. Is it
And then,
literal? Tanetta
of
is a
course,
literal
yeah,
place.
it's the
It's a
top of
land of
it's the
the.
top of them. It's the top of them.
Yeah. So to say that Netches is not literal, right? Of course, I'm gonna talk about. I'm gonna mention Tanetta.
Mm-hmm.
He says it's
Mm-hmm.
not literal. He doesn't know the range.
Mm-hmm.
He's only looking at the cosmic and creation deities. That's
Mm-hmm.
not that the cosmic and creation. Brother Ashe and you did a great show on the Happy Ankh Hep Bull,
Mm.
right? Y'all did a great show on that. My opponent, my opponent was basically trying to say that the Happy Ankh Hep was not a nature.
Right.
I think that y'all did a real good job. That I had to come on and say, look, it's something that all of us have to choose. We can read the TLA. My
Mm-hmm.
opponent is wrong. His range is only what he calls priestly. He ain't giving you no information. So I give you information. You like last night, I had a brother Luke come on, and he's a Walter Williams fan, and uh, he wanted to deal with me on Coptic and the Meta Necha. How'd that go, y'all? I give you information. I have to like do what you do, King J, you what you do, Ashay. I have to switch. I have to talk about something else. I educate the people, I give the people sources. Rakufu wanted to know about Abia. I gave him that. I give information, but my opponent doesn't have to give you information. He's better than you all. He's the him that you're tipping. He's just and you're the peons. Well, okay, so I think I don't see anybody else on.
Yeah,
Apostle,
nobody else to see. And I guess they don't find it interesting, but I came on to say what I said,
yeah,
had to say, and why I said it, and to do my part as um, as a member of
promoting
HOK,
the debate.
right?
Yeah,
To promote.
and you don't have to.
Uh,
You don't have to listen. You're not all in with me. But one thing you do know now is that this dude don't believe. This dude can't touch you because this dude don't believe. Um, he don't believe that they are gods and deities. They don't. He don't believe that they're actual.
right.
So you go get him next time. Whether he come up on your show or you see him in person, you say, Jabari, uh, I don't understand something, and you do what you do.
Yeah. Well, that's it. But like I say, as a member of the House of HOK, I want to do all that I can do to promote this debate as well as any other debate that the House is sponsoring as
Yeah,
a member of HOK. So,
Unc is promoted now. Now Apostle's doing his job, right?
yeah,
Of promoting and making. I make appearances on all the shows. But y'all want to believe the him Nechatepi who don't believe in the Nechas are actual, literal, and they're Stone Age forces. And so I'm gonna say goodbye, Apostle. Thanks for doing the show for promotion. Sonetta gonna be mad, boy, Apostle. You know he gonna do a whole show on you, huh?
he'll be all right.
Huh?
He'll be he'll be happy and he'll be pleased just to see that we're getting along. I'll put it that way. I think he'll be impressed about that. So
Yeah, well, that's good. So I want to say, oh shoot, Sirius B is on here too. You got Sirius B on. You had a Shay, you had King J, and you got Nana Sudo on, right? You got Brother Born Dog on. Man, you got a big part of the house of consciousness on this show right here, huh?
Right. I think we did pretty well.
Yeah, I think you did. Wow, Sirius B is on this show. Unbelievable. I got hate my heart. Let me tell you something. When somebody call you a beggar, and somebody attacks your degree who works in the same institution that I got my degree on, it's not hate. It's righteous vengeance, bro. It's righteous vengeance. What I'm gonna do to him, what he has put himself in, right, is something, a place that he is in a sunken place. Because he called me a beggar. Well, I'm a beggar, yeah, but I put a kid through college all the way up to the PhD level. What did he put? What did he do? Right? Where did his resources go to? Yeah, I'm a beggar. Anybody like myself or any father, right, who tried to raise children and to help them with their education, right? Of course they're gonna be beggars. Because they didn't buy the cars and the fancy clothes. They put that into their families, right? Everybody that's a family person knows the sacrifice they make for the family. But a person who doesn't have a large family and calls another man a beggar, I wish him the worst. Oh, Reggie, you attacked Jabari first. I attacked Jabari BS information. I didn't attack him personally. If I say he don't read the Meta Netia, he don't read the Meta Netia. How you gonna be a high priest and don't read the Meta Netia? That's attacking him. When he goes with something that I study and say that they are real but they're not actual, and I call him on it, that's attacking him. I'm attacking his information. He's fugazi. Right? The only way that I could lose is if they cheat. That's the only way that I can lose, if they cheat. And right now, hey, E. Brock, you's a coward, yo. You on Apostle show, and you could have came on. Apostle, your friend.
Man has seen God. So explain. Explain what? What's wrong with you, man? What I got to explain? Because I said he's real to me? I need to explain that to you? I don't think so. I don't think I need to explain that, prove to you that God is real. You prove to yourself that he's real, or prove to yourself that he's not real. That's up for you to do. All right? Bless you, man.
Yeah, Apostle, they asked me, how could someone cheat? If you look at the Garfield, I mean not the Garfield debate, but if you look at the debate between Inky, the title that people paid their money for was the title. That was the title, right? That was the title. What happened in the debate was them saying that Inky said that he was going to talk about Jesus Christ exclusively. So what you got from my opponent in that debate was nothing. He had no slides for that. But at the same time, they said that Inky was off topic. Inky, the title says Christ, so that means he could talk about Christ any way he wants. But there was some inside conversation where they said Inky agreed. Let me tell you the facts in the matter is, right? In the inside, right? In the inside of these rooms, right? People try to give people an edge, right? So the edge was to talk about Jesus Christ when Inky was not trying to talk about Jesus Christ. He was talking about Christ. So the edge was the cheating happened because if you create a title, that's the title, So after that, you can't talk about how a person deals with it. But what happened was in an inside conversation, they said that he agreed to only talk about Jesus Christ. Who would agree to only talk about Jesus Christ? So that's how my opponent cheated. And then for all of you that paid for the debate and you got no knowledge, then you need a reason why. Well, the reason why was we went into an inside room and we agreed that it would be about Jesus Christ. You see? So I didn't want to go into an inside room. I want to do it public. I want no inside room where somebody tries to shoehorn me into something. So I didn't choose the title of the debate. He did. And I'm going to deal with literal. And we're going to do definitions. We're going to do philology, right? We're going to do actual metal nature. We're going to read text. We're going to do comparison. We're going to use methodology. That's what I'm going to do.
Okay.
So with that said, Apostle, I want to thanks for letting me come up. You haters, hey, all you're doing is giving me publicity. And Ebrock, you a coward because you could have came up, click the link, and talk to Apostle and face me. You's a coward, yo. So all your little chat.
Yep.
All your little
all
chat.
right, Reggie.
All right,
bless
thank
you, brother. Thanks for stopping in, Shay
right.
and King Jake. Appreciate you. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, let's go out with one. Let's do it this way.
H-O-K. Scroll. Kimmy teacher, ancient truths in the soul. Not by the queen, her crown never bends. Wisdom in her voice, the cosmos ascends. Jabari the veteran, the bass sharp as blades. Dr. Reggie from the Bronx, history's cascade. Apostle Bible soldier, scriptures in his veins. Santana general, war cries like chain. You need tough skin, where the battle begin. Source up your information. I'm a thick ass kid. Hey, okay. The toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. Okay. Hey, okay. The toughest environment, the toughest environment, the toughest environment to be in. Uncle Rage made a fire in his stare. Inky undefeated, a legend beyond compare. Moses 777, numbers align. Dance from me a prophet, stardust divine. I saw the fanboy with faith in his stride. Task after Hebrews, the tide it will ride. Each name a pillar, each voice a storm. In the temple of debate where truth is born. Strings cry out, violence wail. 808's thunder, breaking the veil. Human beatbox echoes through the fight. HOK warriors, their words ignite.
like to thank all of those that came through and showed appreciation to the Coliseum today. Special shout out to my brother Elder Suntan, always on the job. Appreciate you, Suntan, for all that you do, and all that you did. Yes, sir. Big shout out again to Ashe and King J for stopping by, and for all of you that had it in your mind, but for whatever reason were unable to stop by. That's okay. We still appreciate you. We still love you. You got a few more days for this debate. Don't wait until the last minute. Okay? It's getting hot. And we, as HOK, still got to continue to promote. Do our best to promote. But still, at the same time, we're not trying to choke nobody with the information. You know, everything ain't for everybody. If you can find appreciation, then find it. If it's bothering you, then flip the channel. You don't have to worry about it. So that's what the freedoms are like here in America. Everything's up to you. You choose. Choose to listen, choose to participate, choose not to. It's all up to you. That's the way I see it. But thanks to the chat, thanks to the panel, thanks to all of you out there. Enjoy as we go into tomorrow, our midweek syndrome, the midweek syndrome of Wednesday. We thank you. And I'll see y'all on Wednesday, tomorrow at 3 o'clock with one-on-one conversation with Yara, Elder Yara, Black Sage. See you then, 3 o'clock.